Hey everybody, this is George Brasher with Shakedown of Thunder Sports, and you're about to watch the two Irish brothers. Go Irish.
Tyree. Here's Tyree with the lane. Tyree! Whoa! Can he get there? Tyree at the 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Notre Dame! Woo! 98! Big ones!
How's it going, everyone? I am ND Sean 45.
I'm Irish Benjamin 57.
And together, we make up this little show known as the Two Irish Brothers Show. You guys know the drill. You saw it in the intro. Hit that subscribe tab in the bottom right-hand corner. Hit the like or dislike tabs. Helps with the algorithm. And then down below in the description box is where you guys can find us on social media. And included also are the two travel packages that we've been helping promote for Mr. Vince Rizzuto out of Philadelphia for Philly sports trips, and for Irv Smith through Executive Global Tours for the trip in Ireland next year when Notre Dame takes on Navy. So, with that said, Ben, the next hurdle is suddenly upon us.
Yep.
And this week, it is the Stanford Cardinal, a longtime rival of ours going back. I'm not exactly sure when we started playing, but this is a rival that has been going on for a while, just like USC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Cardinal come in kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum than Notre Dame. Has Notre Dame been where they're at? Yes, we have. But we have turned around our season, and Stanford has not. So Stanford comes in 1-4 with a win over Colgate. Is that right? Yes, Colgate.
Yes, that is correct.
Losses to Southern Cal, Oregon, Oregon State, and
Washington.
Oregon and Southern Cal just steamrolled Stanford. But the most recent game, Oregon State playing Stanford. Stanford lost in the final, I think it was 16 seconds was the actual amount of time.
Yeah. It was something like I stayed up to watch it.
7 was the final score there, and holy crap. What a finish for the Oregon State Beavers. So it makes me just a teensy bit nervous that we're going to have a very angry, pissed off Stanford Cardinal football team coming in this game. But I think that this is another game to improve. This is, okay, we know what you have. We know what you've been able to do against North Carolina. We know what you've been able to do against Brigham Young. And at the moment in time, Notre Dame has been the toughest team that Ohio State has played all season. Imagine that. So we know what we have with the Fighting Irish. So this game will be a very interesting tale of the tape with what are we going to do on defense? Will the defense finally be the defense we saw all the way back in week 1, where it was very stingy and very hard to score points on?
Well, and it needs to be, and just because this is a Stanford team that's 1-4, you have to still have that stingy defense, and you can't underestimate any opponent, as I've said all the time, all these years that I've been on YouTube, even going back to my solo days. You can never underestimate an opponent, because that's what will come back and bite you in the butt. And you know, we're coming off a nice win against BYU, 16th ranked team in the country. At least at that point in time, anyway. Of course, the rankings will be very different by the time that we drop this video. But as I said in the last video, we if we want to get back into the rankings, the only thing we can do about that is to keep winning, and the rankings will take care of itself. But let's jump right into business here, talking about the Stanford Cardinal. Now, I will say this: even though you mentioned the teams on their schedule, they sure did get dealt a bad hand to start the season, didn't they?
Yes.
I mean, playing against Washington, Oregon, who was the other one? Southern Cal, and then even an Oregon State team that's, well,
on the rise.
They're on the rise, yeah, but they're not. I'm saying they're not ranked. But still, you got a pretty tough hand.
Yes,
a pretty tough stretch to start the season.
Yes.
So yeah, I that's a concern of mine too, Ben, is this Stanford team could very easily be angry, but at the same time, it's in our favor because not only is the game at home, it is under the lights yet again. And so let's break this down and see what all the Cardinal bring to the table. So you have their quarterback, Tanner McKee, and he's had an all right performance through this 2022 season. He is 98 of 154, 1,249 yards with 10 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. And this is a key stat, too. He's been sacked 16 times. So, in my opinion, our defense should be licking their chops for that one.
Yes.
So, because we got some pressure on BYU, but this is our chance to improve on those numbers and really get the pressure on Stanford, which is a big key factor in any game we play, is pressure that quarterback. Rushing yards. The leader in that goes to Casey Filkins. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. Yeah, Filkins. 339 yards, 3 touchdowns, an average of 4.1 yard a carry. And then behind him, you have E.J. Smith, who is the son of the great Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer. 206 yards on 30 carries, so that is good for a 6.9 yards a carry. And he has 3 touchdowns as well. And then in the receiving department, that the leader goes to Michael Wilson, 352 yards, 20.7 average, and 4 touchdowns. So he's clearly their go-to guy. And kind of going down the line here, we got other guys like Elijah Higgins and Bryce Tremaine and Casey Filkins contributing out of the backfield. You do have a lot of guys on here that can contribute. Look at their touchdowns. You got one with 4, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. So yeah, McKee likes to spread the ball out quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not even just McKee. It's the Stanford offense in general, and the play calling is the ball spread around. They have 11 different guys that have had at least 2 carries. I mean, so this is an offense that there's lots and lots of moving parts in this offense. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible how many guys have stats across the board. So Notre Dame's defense is gonna have to be ready. I mean, this is not an easy. There's no easy games. I'm sorry. I mean, people can say, "Oh, this is an easy game" or "That's an easy game." There's no easy games. Some teams may make it look pretty easy at times, but there isn't. And Stanford's no exception. The 1-4 record needs to not even be look. It needs to be like it's a 5-0 record. You're against an undefeated Stanford team. You get ready for a fight. You get ready to play your heart out. But now it's time to take on the defense of Stanford, though, too. I mean, we can't forget about them.
No.
This Notre Dame passing game has to continue to improve. I think this is a situation to take full advantage of that.
Oh yeah, and just looking at their wins, their win and losses, I should say. I was going to say wins and losses. It's only 1 win and 4 losses. They're looking at, if I had to do the head in my math, you're looking at Stanford giving up 27 points a game.
Yeah.
So that's something that our offense has to take advantage of. And, we've been starting to click here these last few games. Like ever since the second half of the Cal game, things have been on the up and up. And this is yet another opportunity to continue that groove that we've found. And it's been looking great. And I'm still hoping that Drew Pine can hit the 300-yard mark. Because he's come close.
I think this game could potentially be that game. I really do. I think the amount of points and yardage that Stanford gives up, this game is perfect for it. It's under the lights. It's at home. It's, all the things are connecting for Drew Pine in this one. We've seen what he can do against Brigham Young. We've seen what he can do when he's under pressure. We've seen it all. So now let's take the next step. So, we got to get Estime involved. We got to get him the ball early. We got to get that running game going. Let's get Mayer going again. I mean, Mayer is just an absolute stud. Let's just keep feeding him that ball, man. I mean, it has been so fun to watch him just annihilate people. Like, so fun.
Oh, he was the game he had against BYU last week. Oh man, I've seen my dad cheer like he's never cheered before. If that tells you anything, but of course you got to know my dad too. I'm just saying he's usually pretty quiet when it comes to watching the games, just kind of cool and relaxed and whatnot. No, he was having
it all in.
Yeah, he was taking it all in, but he was having a blast last week cheering. And so Michael Mayer, he's putting together something special this year, and he has a chance to really, really build on that. And I even had one person tell me that they think Mayer should be invited to the Heisman ceremony. Well, I'm not going to just go that far just yet, but if he keeps doing this, he would definitely deserve it. But it's not just Michael Mayer, it's all these guys. We saw Jaden Thomas emerge last week. We saw Lorenzo Styles get involved. So just keep spreading that ball out. I mean, our three-headed monster of Estime, Tyree, and Diggs, they came alive last week. This is yet another opportunity for all aspects of that offense to really get going, to really make a statement. I mean, this is a statement game right here, in my opinion. Now it may be against an unranked 1-4 opponent, but you have to show that these are the kind of opponents that you can take care of and put away.
Yes.
So we need to do that. We need to have just a game where we can be comfortable for all 60 minutes of play.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see us have to, have any kind of struggles against Stanford.
No.
Nope. So we know what Stanford's bringing to the table. Even losing teams have talent. So that kind of goes back to what I was saying about never underestimating your opponent. So we got to put them away early. And we should have no problem in this game. But that doesn't mean you let off the gas either.
Nope. You pedal to the metal and you pound them into the ground.
Yes, exactly. So with that said, it's time for probably the best part of every video. I don't know how close we've been on some of our predictions, but it's all in good fun. Who cares?
Yes.
So I think I went first last week. So you do the honors this week of going first, Ben.
Notre Dame 45, Stanford 10.
Oh, okay. All right. We're kind of in the same ballpark as far as Notre Dame score that goes. But I'm going to say Notre Dame 42, Stanford 17. Okay. I think they'll get one in garbage time, but would it surprise me if they hit the 20s? No. But I think that's where I'm thinking is Notre Dame 42, Stanford 17.
I like it.
I mean, I like to think that our defense will finally wake up. They'll see that we can't let off the gas and take care of business. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
That defense knows they're a good defense, but they got to clean up these small little mistakes, because those small little mistakes could have cost us against Brigham Young, but thankfully it didn't.
Yes.
So we got to win all these battles: offense, defense, even special teams. So 42-17, that's my prediction. And
I dig it.
And just to let you guys know, we have gotten even closer. We are now 17 subscribers away from 500. So if you haven't done it, hit that subscribe tab. And once we get to 500, that's when we do a contest giveaway for you, the viewers.
Yep.
And we have some prizes in mind that we think you guys might like.
Yes,
so
we do.
None of it's overly fancy, but it's I think it's something special.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, which one of those prizes includes Ben going out and getting McDonald's gift cards for everybody, about $1,000 worth.
Yeah.
No, we're doing better than McDonald's gift cards. So on that note, everyone, I am ND Sean 45.
I'm Irish Benjamin 57.
And as we always say, good night, God bless, go Irish, and Ben, go get those McDonald's gift cards.
Go Irish, beat Stanford.